Hey up photo pips, I must have been a really good boy last year because not only did I get my Lee polarizing filter, I also got a new printer. It's the Canon MG4200 system. And although I used to use printers back in the day, I used to have an Epson printer, but the inks were £50 a pack. And it started to get a little bit expensive because when one would run out, you would, well, I would go and buy a full pack of inks, because if you didn't, a week later another one would run out and you'd end up going back and forth, and then you'd end up with like 10 crimsons that nobody ever uses. So I knocked it on the head and I started to outsource, which is good because I've made a good relationship up with the local printer who does a fantastic job. But for anything A4 and below, I cannot justify the price of paying him to do it when this printer costs £47 from Tesco's and the inks are roughly around £20 for a colour and a black, which is perfect. What else do you want? So this is my first unboxing, so if it's not very good, forgive me, but I was looking on the YouTube channel for some information on this system and there wasn't really anything there. So I've decided just to put something out there, short and sweet, and hopefully it gets the message across. So I think the tools we're going to need for this job will probably be my glasses and a Stanley knife and a cup of tea. That'll always goes down a treat. So after opening the box up very carefully, I always tend to stab myself with a Stanley knife, so be careful. Packaging's pretty good, it's in there tight. We get a couple of items in there. We've got a package that keeps the ink and the power lead together, and then the actual unit itself. We get one black and one colour ink inside, which is brilliant, which is what you need to get going. But the downside was no paper, so if you're buying it, pick up some paper as well. So installation was pretty simple really. Because of the lack of wires, it was a case of just plug in, position, turn on, fire the unit up. It was good to go. Well, that seemed easy enough. I basically just whacked the disc in, it fired up on its own, a setup menu came up, double clicked it, it took about 3 minutes, bang, and it was done. So now the software's in, it's asking me if I could press the button on the back of my router. I suppose it's now going to look for the network. So I'm quickly going to do that and I'll see how it goes. That's it, done, it's all wired up, it's all running. So time for a test print. It's asking me to just quickly do this test print, so I've just got to press this next button and it should do it. Test print done. Printer's now upstairs, computer's downstairs, and I just really need now to just quickly fire off a photo and just to see what the quality's like. Now I've brought these frames, just an IKEA frame, I think it was like £3, and I'm just gonna see if I can See if I've still got my mojo and I can just take a shot, print it, frame it, bag it, job done. Let's go and have a look, see if I can do it. Well, I don't want to say too much, but that was too easy. That was too easy. So that's the Vega 6. I'll whack the picture up. I'm using my old Epson print paper A4. I just put it in, dragged and dropped the picture into the software. It was a little bit arts and crafty at first till I found a workaround. It wants you to make calendars and cards and invitations and things like that, and that is just not me. So I'm not a fan of the software, but it was a case of drag and drop, select the paper size, and it did print it in that size perfectly. So if you're just new to printing, or you just want to get back into it like myself, and you don't want to print anything bigger than A4, would I say to buy the PicSmart MG4200? Easy to set up, easy to use, 2 massive thumbs up. Cheers. Oh, don't forget, get out and shoot, you know you want to. Cheers, see you soon.